Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Comrade Stanley Osazo Sakwuno-Wodi, they talk about Edo State politics. They talk about the election wey won't happen for Edo State. Monday Okpebholo no qualified to be governor of Edo State, according to the way Comrade Stanley Osazo Sakwuno-Wodi take talk for this video. Make I leave you, make you hear wetin he talk concerning Monday Okpebholo and Emmanuel Aibogun.
They were talking about MOU. Amigo is confirming the whole of them for them now to see. Go and look at the rubber plantation in Onigbe. In the nearest, as of today, Edo has gotten back the old glory of the largest oil plantation producer in Nigeria. The Malaysia that you are respecting today, who depends on oil palm to grow the economy, took just a seed or two from NIFO. As we speak today, those things have been revitalized. What else are you looking for? You need a government that is intelligent. You need a government that can do very well. Not a government that will sit at the back, people will talk for them, as if saying a political lame dog. Nobody will never allow a political sacred cow to take an advantage of the democratic infrastructure in this state to perpetuate evil. On our part, we'll stand for justice. On our part, we'll stand for fairness. On our part, we ensure development impulses around all tributaries of the state, and that is our goal and objective. Regardless of what you think, Edo will never go back to the Stone Age, the theological stage, the metaphysical stage. We will remain in the scientific positive stage and will grow in tandem with economic development in all tributaries. Yes, this Comrade Stanley Osazo Sakwuno-Wodi, by the grace of God, the CEO of Woman Edo State. Happy Sunday to everyone. I'm in a realization point and I needed to discuss an issue that borders on public concern. And I'm also worried that some persons wants to lead the state astray. But we have a collective responsibility and resolve to ensure that the Edo State is protected from the economic wolf and vampires. I want to ask a simple question. As of today, before I ask that question, as of today, better give me a chance. As of today, I saw a member of your Progressive Congress. I will not mention his name. He said, and I quote, make a demonstration, make a Isayamu carry the Okpebholo come out. Make it carry the Okpebholo come out. How can you have a candidate that will not and cannot even address his own people in any function? It's either Isayamu speak or other people speak. If you give him a chance, make him speak at all. What he go talk will shock you. It's either he will tell you, say, we not park our vehicle, fold our trousers and use leg cross, or he will tell you that animal is supposed to be available in a museum. And you know the most painful part? Some group of selfish, disgruntled elements we still want to do everything humanly possible to defend such obnoxious and gross mistakes. In fact, sorry for using the word mistake, because that alone is not a mistake. When an academic gladiator uses such statements, it may be considered as a mistake. But you and I know clearly that when it comes to competencies and ability, it is zero. When it comes to intellectual prowess, it is zero. When it comes to physical ability, it is zero. When it comes to the ability to solve problems, it is zero. When it involves conceptual skill, it is zero. In all ramifications, it is zero. And now let's go to developmental strive. As a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not until recently, because they have given him ticket, a compensated ticket, as a result of the fact that the chief of staff to the president wanted to bring down Adam Oshomole, he insisted on denying Denko the ticket. That is not to say that Denko in itself is competent. But I have no business with Denko. I will not discuss with him because I already know we are going to demolish them politically. So why will I be worried about the likes of Denko? But when it comes to competence and ability, you can't even compare Denko with Apakomisa. Forget the fact that the both of them are in perfect simulacrum when it comes to illegitimate activity. Whether it's their business, I have no right whatsoever to discuss about that. But for us as a people, we have a responsibility and a resolve to ensure that anybody who occupies the seat of power must occupy it on the basis of competencies, must occupy it on the basis of ability, and must occupy it on the basis of conceptual skill and human relation skill. An ability to something. I've refused to agree to the fact that His Excellency H.E. Ighodalo has performed tremendously well. To some of us who understand what development is all about, we also agree to the fact, quote unquote, that the best governor that have ruled Edo State happens to be His Excellency H.E. Ighodalo. Quote me anyway. I stand to defend this in all ramification. As of today, go back in history. But before I go back in history, let me tell you one of the basic problems that is militating against our country. One, we have lack of sagacious political leader. Two, non-enlightened and egalitarian citizenry. Three, ineffective legal machinery. Four, corruption and fund misappropriation. Five, lack of consistency in policy implementation by successive administration or regime. Six, no human development index. Seven, lack of transparency and accountability in government. But let us pinpoint that of the fifth, which is lack of consistency in policy implementation by successive administration or regime. I want to state very clearly that His Excellency H.E. Ighodalo has ensured consistency in policy implementation. He never said because Adamu Shemele was member of the All Progressive Congress, or because of the fact that Ali Asate was not his brother, or Samuel Okpebholo ruled 10 past. He came and said, no, we will never allow the city center to have any occupied building that will be made available for criminal element to serve as an hideout. The governor immediately swung into actions by ensuring that every available building, including that of the secretariat, was rehabilitated to ensure consistency, to avoid a white elephant project or project that will be in a state of moribund. Okay, somebody said they can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, please write. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me very clearly so that I can continue? I'm holding by the grace of God, the CEO of Woman Edo State, and we are here to ensure that we never allow this set of people to get into power through the back door. Now, I have said it for now, and I've been throwing this challenge to the entire public. No one have ever accepted this challenge. If you say Obaseki don't work, take this challenge, let's move around. As we speak, it is not all about Tyne Road. It is not all about Tyne Road. And when it comes to issue of road construction, Obaseki even surpass majority of these governors. It is not about Tyne Sapele Road, reactivating Sapele Road, reactivating Airport Road, reactivating Siloko Road, and others. What happens to Ajani Street and your rural settings? What happens to the core part of your settlement? When you have agricultural produce in your local communities and there are no road network to take these goods to the end users, what do you expect the price of such consumable goods to be, considering the fact that farmers cannot take their goods to the market? Go to interior roads, go to Ajani Street. Obaseki is doing everything humanly possible to ensure that these streets are fixed. And I've cited a classical example before. The amount of money that the critic of Obaseki has made in Edo State, they didn't make it in Adamu Shemele administration. E.g., the likes of Emmanuel Agbogun is indirectly employed by the Obaseki administration through CFO activity and many others. As we speak today, Emmanuel Agbogun is one of the richest people I have known, owing to the policy of the Obaseki administration, because he has not stolen before. I know Emmanuel Agbogun not to have stolen anything, but for the fact that there is an enabling environment created in the economy, immediately the likes of Emmanuel Agbogun made series of resources from the policy framework created by the Obaseki administration. Now, as of today, we want consistency in ensuring a good continuity we must bring in a competent hand. Ask this set of people, what do you have to bring to the table? What do you have to address the problem affecting our people? They will tell you Obaseki does not respect the palace. What is the correlation between the palace and fiscal development? The whole of us are the children of our father. Remove him from our political activity. Let's look at what you have to bring to bear in addressing the problem plaguing our settlement, both in the local and national administration. I told somebody, the idea of saying Balabu Blulaba worked in Nigerian politics. The idea of saying Buhari will not attend debates and he will still win election works in Nigerian politics, not in Edo politics. Edo are the most sensitive people when it comes to voting. Edo needs to know who and who is actually competent enough to move our state forward. In case you want to know, Obedient was a movement and it started from Edo. The Igbo did not at the first instance accept Peter Obi. It was the movement, the Obedient movement in Edo, both Edos at home and in diaspora, that motivated the entire Nigeria to take a stand. The same way they did in 2019 for Sowore. The same way they did in 2019 for Sowore. Edo raised a very large sum of resources for Sowore to run the election. But the publicity was not that much to captivate the entire attention of Nigerians. But when it got to the time of Peter Obi, everybody, when Edo kicked the political gear, everybody followed up stricto sensu. So do not ever think that you can placate the intellectual logic of Edo people. Do not ever think that you can bamboozle the intellectual capacity of Edo people. Both those who never attended the four walls of our tertiary institution, primary and secondary, has the competencies and the conceptual skill and the ability to differentiate and to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. Know today, one will also agree to the fact that as far as Edo is concerned, nobody can read the election. Somebody told me, a friend of mine is a member of our Progressive Congress. He said, when you want to do campaign things, you want to ring the election. You know, let me tell you today, you can't ring. You can't ring. I do not plan my live video. If I want to do a live video, I don't plan it. I said there was a discussion between myself and one of my brother here, a member of the PDP subcommittee of the PDP campaign council. Is with me here. We were discussing and immediately we decided to take decision in respect to sensitizing our people, because when we had identified any political lacuna, we try as much as possible to address it as fast as possible. So my Edo people, regardless of what, I am stating very clearly, do not drink poison because it's served with your tobacco. Do not allow anybody to manipulate you. As we speak, Makomiza has just two objectives, and those supporting him has the same objective with him. Their goal is very clear, and to them their objective is feasible, but to us we have the ability whatsoever to put an end to their reckless and egocentric interests. Now these are their goals. One, the politician needed a psychopathic governor with no self-esteem that would depend on them to continue to remain in the seat of power. Little wonder why Agbomokomis has said on the national media that gone are the days when leaders will put politicians or somebody into power and such a leader will be abandoned. Nobody is saying no to political gratification or political honorarium. It is normal, but when it goes beyond the collective interest and destiny of the people, it becomes an aberration, and the need to cast it back to Joel, which happens to be the common grave of man, becomes so expedient. So to us, we have a responsibility to stop this set of people, because what they want to do is the long hunger and starvation that have beaten the political spectrum, most of the political class, they can no longer tolerate. Imagine in the past, people called Lucky Benedium the Otokinadu governor. They said the Otokinadu governor. Do you know why? Because on the 29:30, people goes to Osadebi Avenue for Ghana must go distribution. Politicians were smiling. If not for the fact that the man was sensible and there was no social media to as well defended him, the road wey Lucky build is still there today. Lucky created Lucky Way, Lucky created Upper Mission Extension. Before Obaseki came to reconstruct Lucky Way, and somebody said Obaseki has not done anything in Ibubai. I laugh. I asked them, show me a single project that Oshomola in the area of Ibubai. I can identify Lucky Way Road, Obaseki. I can identify Gemina Road, Obaseki. I can identify Slope, Temboga, Obaseki. I can identify Agbo Road, Rolo Road, Obaseki. Show me a single one orchestrated by the Oshomola administration. I am not here to criticize Oshomola, but for me, I think it is expected of us to ensure consolidation on the current fiscal development that we have in Edo State. How about the economy? As of today, the NSC, the TUC has already declared that from Monday they are going to strike. Why are they striking? Governor Obaseki paid 70%, 70,000 naira minimum wage to workers. They received it this month. The federal government is insisting on 52,000 naira as minimum wage, in spite collecting 52% of the national revenue. In the governors forum, they were all attacking Governor Obaseki. Why will you be quick to announce 70,000 naira? And the governor responded to them immediately. Why would I announce 70,000 naira when I know I have the money within my disposal to take care of my people? I did not come to government to steal. I did not come to government to enrich myself. I came to government to work for my people. Now that the money is available, let them go with the 70,000 naira. I would not want somebody that will come back and reduce it to 40,000. Just the same way later when the Musa Yar'Adua got into power, immediately Yar'Adua reduced the cost of petrol from 82 naira to 65 naira. The only president that has reduced the cost of petrol in this country. So I am only appealing to you, but not forcing you. If you can stay, if you vote for an element that will drop back this state to the backwater of economic decadence and you think you are comfortable with it, if you can stay, we will stay. If you feel stay, you bring Edo back to Stone Age, we will stay with you. If you want the betterment of Edo, it is audible to the deaf and visible to the blind that Asue Ighodalo is the most competent. Somebody said, what did Obaseki do with the billions he borrowed? What was Edo debt profile before Adam Oshomola came into power? And what was it when Adam Oshomola left? Are you telling me that you are blind to the massive infrastructure that is going on across all tributaries of the state? They were talking about MOU. Eronomigo is confirming the whole of them for them now to see. Go and look at the rubber plantation in Onigbe. In the nearest, as of today, Edo has gotten back the old glory of the largest oil plantation producer in Nigeria. The Malaysia that you are respecting today, who depends on oil palm to grow the economy, took just a seed or two from NIFO. As we speak today, those things have been revitalized. What else are you looking for? You need a government that is intelligent. You need a government that can do very well, not a government that will sit at the back, people will talk for them as if saying a political lame dog. Nobody will never allow a political sacred cow to take an advantage of the democratic infrastructure in this state to perpetuate evil. On our part, we'll stand for justice. On our part, we'll stand for fairness. On our part, we ensure development impulses around all tributaries of the state, and that is our goal and objective. Regardless of what you think, Edo will never go back to the Stone Age, the theological stage, the metaphysical stage. We will remain in the scientific positive stage and will grow in tandem with economic development in all tributaries. For now, I'm Comrade Stanley Sazosa, holding by the grace of God the sea of Uban Edo State. My phone number is 070-3610-9939. I repeat, 070-3610-9939. Let me tell you, nobody, I repeat, nobody can get into government house through the back door. Get it clear. I've said it, but I'm going to repeat it again. We will so beat you in the elections, because we already know that if we beat you with let's say 51-49, you will think you can manipulate. We are going to beat you with at least 70-30. Go and mark it. The result will reflect itself. To us in Okpebholo, by the grace of God Almighty, we do our possible best to unify our own territory and make sure that the best man, Abakomisa, should not even be part and parcel of the process. The only person that we should be considering how more the world make this man not go be it's Akpata who can as well speak and come out with policy framework that can better state. Not be the one where they say Buhari is my mentor. There was a pictorial representation in this state. Sometime immediately Buhari got into power after Jonathan left. There was a video. There was some kids doing relay. They just like relay. So they were doing relay. So they were running. The young guy was at the front. Buhari was at the front waiting to pick the baton from the other guy who ran very fast. That other guy acted as Jonathan. Yeah. On getting to where Buhari is, they gave Buhari the battle. Instead of Buhari to run forward, Buhari ran back again. Pushing Nigeria backward. We will not accept that in the day. Now go and look at how intelligent Obaseki was when he managed the COVID-19 pandemic. Every other state locked their citizens inside without providing absolute palliative. Governor Obaseki said, if I choose to lock my citizens inside, how would they feel? We managed the COVID-19 pandemic. We did not record much death in Edo, and our economic activity continues in no small way. I also thank our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who immediately swung into action through high cooperation in ensuring that our brothers and sisters in Edo who may not be able to cope with the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown, they assisted immensely in ensuring that the effect of the COVID-19 was cushioned in Edo State. So that's our collective resolve. That's our unity. And our unity and diversity will be managed in a way and manner that will create room for infrastructure development, sustainable road network, employment generation, food security, and security in totality. As we speak today in the seat of power in Abuja, what do they have to offer? What do they have to offer? Taxation does not grow economy. Production grow economy. As we speak, without creating employment, the only man who came out publicly to deceive the entire world by saying, let the poor breathe, is the one strangulating the poor today. People are dying. People are crying. People are lost in their family. No job. This is the time they are supposed to sing, some more money they get. Now so transport they kill them. Some more water we they drink. Now so dirty they fool them. No work, no school. My brother, what do you they think? Oh? My sister, help we don't come. Asue, what's the name of the other guy? Oh, my leader. Asue PDP action. Asue PDP action. Obaseki progress. Now there be the men know for better tomorrow. I'm going to redevelop this song and bring it out the same way I came out with Oga Carry Your Ticket Go. I'm coming Stanley Sazosa Akpebholo, the CEO of Women of those State. Thank you and bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Comrade Stanley Osazo Akpebholo. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.